Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful and we're beautiful and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, you must become the victor. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
So ladies and gentlemen, I just got done doing a video talking about how Western game developers, how community managers, and the gaming press at large really hate gamers. And this video is about a moment where a community manager goes mask off and just comes out and says it. It's just gonna be honest. Yeah, complete and total transparency. And the thing is, I believe that this is what this person actually believes. So if you want to see what the tweets are, because I think that's important before we watch this person's video. Here are the tweets in question. Here's the person that we're talking about. This is somebody named Katie Liberate. Honestly, I hate gamers, TM. So you look at her bio and it's an absolute disaster. It's a buffet of mental illnesses, degeneracy, and just otherwise cringe creep filth. So it goes, she, her. What is it? What is this other one? Bi/pan. Femme. History alum. Ooh. Whoa, changemaker? Is that woman change maker? DEI consultant. Works at Compulsion Games. Twitch/Logitech partner. So here's what she goes on to say. That's a disaster in and of itself. Like, for me personally, that should be enough to get you fired. That's a red flag. That's not just a red flag. That is a smokestack. That is everything that you would need to see to know that that is the wrong person for your business. We also need to be very honest about the elephant in the room. The majority of the... I'm sorry, it's blurring for a second. The majority of the perpetuators... So, she's responding to herself. The sheer level of scum-sucking filth that permeates the gaming community is abhorrent. I'm disgusted. Basically, just your typical anti-gamer, feminist, just disgusting, degenerate, toxic creep mindset. Just oozing out their internal vile and demonic nature. And then she responds to herself, we also need to be very honest about the elephant in the room. The majority of the perpetuators are white adjacent cishet men. So this person's racist, this person's sexist, this person's retarded, this person is evil, and they should be condemned as such. I gotta ask, what the F is wrong with y'all? You know, it's not that everything is wrong with y'all. Everything is wrong with you. You're a freak, and you're a demon, and you're disgusting, and everything about you is disgusting. You put your sexuality out there like it's some sort of flag that needs to be waved to say, oh, I'm one of you, I'm one of the cult. But it's not just that. It's the flags in your name. It's the way that you talk. It's the way that you condescend to others. And you're just a detritus piece of human filth. And people need to humiliate, bully, shame, ridicule, mock, and berate people like this because clearly they've never experienced that in their life and they need it. They need humiliation. They need to be humbled because when you go out there and you feel comfortable saying the majority of my problems are due to white people, to white men, that tells me, and when you use the word cishet or cishet, When you use the word C-shet, that tells me that you're genuinely mentally ill and that you're retarded. And that you should not be taken seriously in anything that you say. That you should be looked down upon, that you should be pitied. Because that is absolute noise. So, let's go back and let's watch Sun Grand Studios talk about this. I really, really I like his style. So I'm interested to see what he has to say.
Hey kid, you're home early from school. What was it this time? Yep, I heard from the teacher. There's a game developer called Compulsion Games making something called South of Midnight, and they've got another community manager that has just destroyed their game's chances of any potential possible success.
Yep.
What's her name? Katie Robinson? Oh, yeah, I've heard of her.
Katie,
She's that openly racist one that hates white people and Asians, and hates gamers as well.
True.
You know, son, I don't really understand why these companies keep hiring people that hate their customers and are openly destroying their chances at success for financial gain. It's a real shame. You know, this is something called DEI.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It's actually just a corporate scam. What they do is they take marginalized people with mental health issues, they give them positions of power and careers that they did not earn or deserve, and they use that as a distraction for the movement and control of funds while they enforce destructive control on current-day Western culture.
True. Based.
It's pretty unfortunate you have to grow up in a world like this, but that's how the corporate world is. But I also heard that you got in a fight. There's all these people defending woke media, and I heard that you called them losers with no life outside their bedroom.
True.
Now, what we're going to have to do is ground you for that, because you know better. You do not make fun of people with mental health issues, and you do not punch down on people who are unable to defend themselves on an intellectual level. So you do not make fun of people who are defending woke media. Because of that, we're going to have to cancel the fishing trip.
No.
Give me the fishing rod.
No.
I'm sorry about that, but until you learn better, until you become more mature, we're going to cancel the fishing trip. You have a little bit of punishment now while you're grounded. Give me your phone.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Okay, what have we got here? iPhone 3? What's your password? 6969.
Basement.
We're gonna have to talk about that, son. Anyway, you should know better by now. Do not make fun of people with mental health issues. Okay, I'm just installing some apps here. You are grounded. As punishment, you have to use social media. While you're grounded for 1 week, you have to use Twitter and Reddit because you need to learn what socially retarded people look like. That way you don't turn out to be like them.
Oh, God.
Now, you're grounded. Go on your social media because you're in trouble. No fun, no going outside. You do not get to live your life. You are grounded. I'll see you in 1 week, son.
That's really good. I'm digging the music. Yeah, that's a really funny skit. Yeah, I guess I'm grounded. I mean, my philosophy is a little bit different. I like his approach, his tongue in cheek nature, but I say Dracarys. I just metaphorically incinerate these people, incinerate them. I mean, you come out here and you say the sheer level of scum-sucking filth that permeates the gaming community. Well, like, I don't even, it's hard to even know what to say in response to that. Like, it really is, because it's like, these people are mentally ill, but they're just evil. And so on one hand, you're like, yeah, they're mentally ill. You don't want to hit somebody who's mentally ill, but they're also demons. And they're mentally ill by choice in many cases. They put themselves in these situations. My position is this. If you're a company and you hire somebody like this, and you have to know this is who you're hiring. If you do that, I believe that employees of the company should be able to sue when you get laid off because the game fails. Because you go to work, you get a paycheck, but you're putting your heart and soul into a game. You're putting your blood, sweat, and tears, you're putting your time and effort that you're never going to get back. And then some freak, some disgusting, bottom-feeding, left-wing, degenerate, demonic, unctuous freak oozes onto the internet and ruins any opportunity. This game's south of midnight. No one is going to touch this if there's a freak like this who's associated as a community manager. Are you kidding? You have done more damage to your reputation than you can possibly imagine. Even if I didn't know the game, I would look at the studio, Compulsion Games. I'm never buying anything from your company. Do you understand? You toxic, low IQ, bottom-feeding piece of trash? Does it permeate yet? You freaks are a cancer. You're a poison. You're a miasma, a bubbling, putrid stank. No one wants to be around you. Nobody wants you anywhere near them. And so if I get even a whiff of that noxious odor from DEI or ESG or woke, I'm already gone. And that's what these companies need to understand, that by hiring people like this, you do everyone a disservice. You do everyone a disservice. And there could be good people working at Compulsion Games. Doesn't matter. There could be 10 to 1 good people working at Compulsion Games. It doesn't matter. The moment that a freak like this, an absolute freak like this, oozes out to say something like that, it is over. And I think that needs to be reiterated over and over and over again. And by the way, some people have been asking me, they're like, where did you get that saying? Like sick freak. Like where did you get it from? Well, I'll be happy to show it to you. It comes from when I was a kid. Sick. We'll show you right here.
Sick freak. Oh. Sick freak. Oh.
That's right. You sick freak.
You sick freak.
Let's watch that again.
You sick freak.
Yeah, one more time.
You sick freak.
Absolutely. Yeah. They are a sick freak. And the reality is that this stuff happens far too often. It shouldn't happen at all. Like, if you're going to get somebody to represent your company, like, what I think a community manager is somebody that manages the community. It's meant to be a liaison between the developers and the company in general and gamers. It's a very important role, believe it or not. It's a very important role. And to give it to somebody who has publicly said that they hate gamers is absolutely illogical. There is nothing that you could ever say after saying that that would make me believe that you are qualified for that position. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, your job is to basically be the voice for gamers. But if you're a sick freak and you're out there making these asinine statements, being racist against white people, being sexist, being this left-wing, disgusting, oozing creature, like something straight out of myth. Think of Medusa, but fat. You know, this fat Gorgon-like abomination that just is there to make everyone else's life worse. That's you. That is what you are. That is what you represent. And there is no excuse for you. There is no reason for you to exist in this particular landscape. There's no reason for you to even be there, because as a community manager, you have already failed. And you have done irreparable damage because you're connected to the brain of Compulsion Games. And there's nothing that they could do at this point in terms of promotional material other than maybe firing you publicly, shaming you, humiliating you, that can undo the damage that you've done. South of Midnight, I've never even heard of it. I probably have in passing, but I don't remember it. And I won't remember it. When it comes out and it's got, a couple hundred people playing the game, and then it fizzles out and it loses, millions and millions and millions of dollars, I want you to stop, and I want you to realize that it's not my fault that the game failed. It's not my fault. I'm just a YouTube commentator. I'm just a person that shares my opinion. It's the fault of the people that didn't tell this person to get out the moment that they saw something was wrong. The moment that they put this freak above their community and the gaming industry, that was the beginning of the end for them. So we'll see. South of Midnight, not very optimistic based on this. But it's yet another reminder to you corporations out there. Stop hiring these disgusting, evil people. Stop it. Anyone who hates gamers or is, even indifferent to gamers, that person needs to go. And you need to bring in somebody who's going to be a benefit to not only your company, but to the community. The community of people that are willing to invest money into your game and time and effort to learn your game and to become an actual fan. Nobody wants to invest time and money and effort into something only to have it be disrespected, and only for them to be removed from the community because they have a different opinion or they have a different perspective than one of the freaks that you put in charge that are mentally ill, morally degenerate, narcissistic, and just otherwise irredeemable. So that's my take on it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And I'll see you next time.